Hi ladies and gentlemen. Today's recipe is inspired by one of my first grade students. We were talking about our favorite breakfast foods, and this particular student mentioned how much he liked Milky Way candy bars. It's not exactly a very nutritious breakfast. So I started thinking, how can I turn that into breakfast? Now this isn't going to be a nutritious breakfast, but it is breakfast. We are going to make Milky Way monkey bread. All you need, 2 cans of refrigerated biscuit dough, 32 bite-sized Milky Way candy bars unwrapped, a cup of sugar mixed with 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and a stick of melted butter. And 1 bundt pan, heavily greased. Now if you don't have a bundt pan, you could use 2 loaf pans, but it looks really pretty in a bundt pan. So let's get started. This is of course my favorite part, popping the pressurized pan. It brings me great joy. That was fun. Take your biscuits out, put them on a nice clean surface. I am using Pillsbury Grand's Southern Home Style, but any type of biscuit you like is fine. You take your biscuit, you're going to kind of flatten it out just a little. Then I am using kitchen shears, but you could use a knife. And I'm cutting the biscuit in half. I'm going to press it out a little thinner. Taking one of the Milky Ways, and I am wrapping it up nice and tight in half the biscuit. Make sure it's all sealed up, and then you're going to dip it in butter. Make sure it's nice and coated, and then you are going to roll it in the cinnamon sugar mixture. You want to make sure the whole thing is covered, and then you are going to drop it in your bundt pan. And you will continue doing this until you have used all the biscuits and all the Milky Ways. Now if you are not a fan of Milky Way candies, and I know there are some people, they don't like caramel, so this would not be for them, you could use Hershey Kisses. Those work very well. You could use Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. You could also use, if you do like caramel, you could use Rolo candies. And if you like coconut, you might be able to use Mounds candy bars. I've never tried that, but it's a possibility. Candy bars that wouldn't work would be Butterfinger. Butterfinger doesn't melt well. You'd end up with a weird mess. You might be able to use Snickers. I'm not sure. But basically you want to use a candy bar that you know will melt well, but won't completely melt, so you end up with a sticky thing. I would recommend, if you don't like Milky Ways, either Rolos or Hershey Kisses. Those would be my 2 top choices. All right, I'm gonna finish this up, and we will put it in the oven and bake it at about 350 degrees for about 45 minutes. All right, here is our monkey bread ready to go in the oven, 350 degrees for 45 to 60 minutes. Here is our monkey bread just out of the oven. You can see some of the biscuits. Little explosion, but that's okay. It is going to now cool in the pan for 15 minutes, and then I will attempt to put it onto a plate, and hopefully it won't fall apart.